What is up, everybody? I am your boy Alex Dauterive, and this is Brian Gregoire, and we are the layup line here at SEC Unfiltered. We are so excited to be here with you guys to talk about the midweek games that we just got to watch the past 2 days, and also go over the Saturday slate of games. There's so many games to go over and talk about, guys. This weekend's going to be intense. It really is. But first, before I do anything, let's talk about Underdog, guys. Make sure you download the Underdog app today, right now, okay? Stop what you're doing, download the app, and use promo code SECU to score $75 in bonus entries when you pay your first $5. That's promo code SECU, guys. Make sure to download the app and use promo code SECU today, everybody. But yeah, let's jump right into it, man. These midweek games were nuts, Brian. I know you watched them, we watched them, and look, at least Florida and Bama won. That's what makes us happy. We're like, okay, our teams won. But also, we had some pretty interesting games. Vandy and Auburn will be the first one we talk about here. And we just talked about this off air. I mean, very back and forth, but also it was like got close, got far, like Auburn would get a little closer. Like, oh, they could feel it, and then it would just go away. Get feel it, go away. I mean, they had 36 rebounds in this game compared to Vandy's 27. So like, they're getting the ball. They're also just not hitting their shots. Free throws, 21 for 27, shooting for 78%. Hit all those free throws, guys. Very different basketball game. Even the starters, all starters, double digits. Pettiford did a good game, 21 points. All these guys were right there. They just couldn't do enough. The first half's what killed them. You can't go down 10, 11 points and then try to claw back in, because if the team you're playing is good enough to just stay the pace, which Vanderbilt scored 42 in both the first and second half, they just kept doing what they were doing. They didn't do anything different, do anything special. They just played a full game. Auburn was playing catch-up the entire game.
Well, and this matchup was literally consistency against inconsistency, and you hit the nail right on the head with Vanderbilt. When you look at this team, when you reflect on this team, they're not giving you anything special. Like you don't watch this team and be just completely wow, not just like wow, man, this team is just gifted. But you watch them, they do the little things well, they're consistent. They complete what you ask of them. They win the games that they're supposed to win. They win the games that they're favored in. They win games where they are the better team in the basketball court. They struggle, and they'll continue to struggle when they're outmatched. Just because, like you said, I don't think that they're built like that. I don't think there's much that differentiates Vanderbilt from your other teams at the top. But in matchups like this, when you're playing an inconsistent team like Auburn, Vanderbilt's going to capitalize. They're going to capitalize. They're going to capitalize on their shortcomings, and that's exactly what they did. I mean, Auburn, you can't expect to win basketball games and be just up and down. And it's not even game by game; it's possession by possession. You're just up, down, up, down. And that has been this team all year long. That's why they're 14-10.
I can't believe they beat Florida. It so grinds my gears. How did they let that happen?
Losses like that. Hey, Alabama lost to Florida State in football this year. It's good. It's going to happen.
But that's the crazy. Like, Auburn's got some really good wins here and there, and you're like, how do they win those games? How do they do that? And then now look at them now. It's like, what's going on?
Well, because when the best basketball comes out of them, they can go toe-to-toe with anybody in the country. But that's when it comes out.
When it comes out.
And it just so happened to in Gainesville. How I have no idea that's the team that comes out.
First time in 30 years. It's like, what the heck?
Yeah, it's just some things in basketball and football you just can't try to understand. You just have to
don't know.
Acknowledge that it happened.
Next game here, guys, we have Arkansas, LSU. Oh, man, it's just depressing, honestly. The start of this game, there's just nobody watching LSU basketball. LSU women's basketball is a whole different story. People love LSU women's basketball. People show out for that. LSU men's basketball, crickets, which is just sad. It shouldn't be like that where you have a school like LSU and no one's going to the games because the team is just that bad. Now, when do you have to decide, like, enough is enough? When you're like, yeah, it's time to fire our guy, like, because you're losing every game. And this isn't a close game, 91-62. Auburn just destroyed them. First half, 42-27. Second half, 49-35. They didn't take their foot off the gas there. They went crazy, okay? They went nuts. Darius Cuff with 28 points. It was just watching that game. I mean, it hurt to watch because it's like you want to see some competitiveness there, and it just didn't exist. It wasn't there.
Yeah, I think that like we've come to a couple points this year with LSU where like that this might be the nail in the coffin, and I really think that this one here, I mean, getting 30-pieced at home by a bitter rival like that's just and then they got blown out by Georgia this past weekend too. Like they've gotten blown up by Mississippi State. It's like I think that they had some really close games like the Kentucky game, the A&M game, the first Arkansas game where they can kind of taste it. And then it slipped away, and you can only have so much of those, and it eventually just kills your spirit as a team. And I want to shed some light on what Arkansas did here. I mean, Darius Acuff, he is becoming a star. He's a star in the making. You're seeing this young man grow each and every game. And it's truly fun to watch, and I think that Arkansas really could be a threat down the stretch here.
I can see it.
This is absolutely one of their more impressive games. I mean, 56% from the fields. That's a really good day at the office. I mean, I think it's really starting to come together for the Hogs. You get a good kick-ass win like this. It can put some wind into your sails. They have 2 straight now. They've got Auburn this weekend. They'll be looking to get their revenge, and I honestly think they will.
What's crazy is this. I mean, it's not they weren't shooting good at the 3, Arkansas. They also weren't shooting good at the free throw, and it didn't matter. They were still dominant, okay, because they're hitting everything else. LSU though, 21 for 68, 31% at the field. 3-pointers, 14%. 3 for 21, 3 for 21. Free throws, 63%. 17 for 27. Like, how bad? It wasn't like, oh, we were just bad at free throws. Oh, they were bad at everything. Everything. 14 turnovers. What's crazy is they had 43 rebounds. Guys, you're getting the ball back and you can't do anything with it. Like it blows me away how bad this team is. And what's nuts is they almost beat Kentucky, right? Like we'll see these games where you're like, are we watching the same LSU team today? I think this team looks different.
There's different states of teams as the season goes on. That every team is an ever evolving state, fair. And
yeah,
I think that LSU had a little bit more moxie, a little bit more belief a couple weeks ago because they came close in those games, but you can only have so many of them, and eventually you just decompose. And that's where they are now. Wow, that sounds more depressing than I wanted it to. But
you're like, dang, that just came out of my mouth.
It's true. It's just decompose. It's true. Like that's where they're at.
But yeah, LSU fans, you got to be down bad right now. We don't hate you guys. We just feel bad. We want to see competitive basketball games, guys. We don't want to see slaughters like this. We want to see good games. But yeah, it is what it is. Next game, we're gonna talk about the Florida Gators. Florida beat Georgia in Athens by 20 points. Okay, they started the game off on a 10-0 run. When I saw that happen, I was like, it's over. They're gonna decimate Mike White and this team at home. Also, dude, the court at Georgia is just not great. I don't know what these. I hate when these teams are like, let's just add all this junk and put all this stuff we don't need to. We need all these colors, all this. No, we just need a normal court, guys. Put the logo of your team in the middle. We don't need a freaking bulldog also. You don't need to make it darker here. I want to be able to see where the ball's going. Like, don't make it harder for people in the play.
Yeah, between that court and Vanderbilt, like my head is spinning.
Just keep it nice. Like TCU's, I watched their game yesterday. I was like, I like it, but I also was like, there's a lot going on. It's like I don't need to get confused or get like a headache or like have an epileptic or something like have a seizure mid game.
I'll walk down the street and tell them what it is. They're right over there.
Oh, that's funny. But the craziest thing is this Florida game, this team played complete. Everyone, front court, back court, everyone was doing everything. Okay. Fland and Lee combined for 33 points and were 4 for 12 from 3. Lee also had 7 assists and didn't commit a single turnover in this game. They've won 4 straight. The Florida Gators have won 4 straight by an average margin of victory of 27.3 points per game. Okay. Tough Auburn loss, but since then they have been insane. Okay. Look what they did to A&M. Look what they've done, to Bama, all these teams. they have been playing like crazy. And I just love seeing things just get full circle. Game by game, they're getting better and better.
I
Thomas Ha and like Condon didn't have the craziest game, but guess what? They didn't need to because Buggy Flan and Xavier Lee, I think Xavier Lee, 18 points. Buggy Flan over here, I think 15 points. Urban off the bench going crazy. Isaiah Brown off the bench going crazy. Everyone is playing like they should be. The bench is coming out, and it's a deeper team now. We're starting to get a rhythm. It's starting to get understandable. Like, people know what they're doing. I think this is a Final Four team right here. Easily a Final Four team. If they keep playing how they're playing, they're winning the SEC. Easy.
Yeah, they're men in they're men in a conference of boys right now is really what it is for Florida, and it just seems like a machine. And like you say, Ha and Condon don't need to pop off because when you got a guy like Chinyelu giving you 20 rebounds,
20 rebounds.
That pretty much just facilitates everything. And they were in this thing, and they out rebounded Georgia by 10 on their home court. They humiliated them, and so I just think at the level that Florida's playing at right now, this is I have a feeling that they're going to cruise in the SEC tournament. That they're not.
That's what I'm thinking.
I don't think Florida's going to have many issues down the road here.
No, this Florida team is special. Look, they figured it out last year. Last year it was a lot of stressful games where we had to clutch up at the end. I don't want to see that this season, and I feel like we won't have to see that with this team. We're not going to have to see these crazy clutch up threes. You know what I mean? With Walter Clayton or Thomas Ha at the end or Will Richard, Elijah Martin. We're just going to see a team be dominant. Now I've seen some people are like, oh no, they can't win by this much every game, especially coming to March. They're not going to win by double digits every game, but as long as they can keep the lead and just keep it, they're not going to be stressed.
The SEC also isn't as good as it was last year either, so you've got to take that and
That's fair.
The level of competition is not the same as it was last year.
I do think the SEC is still good. I've been seeing a lot of people say this, that, and the other. And it's like, look, Kentucky had a rough start. I think they're starting to figure things out. A lot of injuries as well. Arkansas, like we have a lot of young teams, a lot of different teams, but you'll put Florida in the Big Ten of these other teams. Someone said the other day to me that if you put Florida in the Big Ten, that they'd be the 8th best team, and I was like, "You're crazy. You are crazy."
The Big 12,
the Big 12 is nuts right now. Big 12 is probably the best team or best conference right now.
The Big 12 is what the SEC was last year.
I can agree with that.
The SEC feels like the Big 10 in football this year, where like you've got 3 teams at the top there.
Top heavy. Very top heavy.
You've got Florida, Kentucky, and Arkansas at the top,
yeah.
and then
there's a gap.
There's like your mid teams that could do something, like your Tennessees, your Alabamas, your Vanderbilts, and then once you get below that, then
it's a bigger gap.
Like there are a couple teams in the SEC that are just not good.
They're
like
bad.
South Carolina, LSU, Ole Miss. I mean, just not good. And speaking of that, Alabama, they took the tusk and they shoved it up that Ole Miss ass tonight. And there's no other way to put it. 93-74. Now the first half here.
Good game for the first half.
First half, I was a little nervous. I mean, Alabama defense just bleeding points once again. I'm like, here we go again with this shit. And then Ole Miss pretty much just withered up in the second half like a piece of paper floating down a river. And Alabama just went on one of those runs, destroyed them. A great game out of Philon, great game out of Aiden Holloway as well, Aiden Sherrill. Alabama's starting to string some wins together here, which is important at this time of year. I think something sparked with that Texas A&M victory, and they're also getting the break of getting some. I mean, finally for Alabama, getting some easier opponents than they've had the past couple weeks and months. Like you're looking at, you know, you got South Carolina this weekend. You had Ole Miss. You had Texas A&M. Like it's not Florida. It's not Tennessee. But Tennessee's coming around the corner again. Arkansas is coming around the corner again. Then you got LSU, you got Mississippi State again. We got Georgia, I think Alabama will be. And I think that Alabama will beat Auburn at home again at Coleman Coliseum. I think they're just a better team.
I can see it. The person I want to talk about the most here on this Bama team, the number 1 scorer tonight, Wrightsell. 21 points, 7 for 13 at the 3. Because if you look at everyone else, how they were doing their threes, I mean, Allen was doing good. Holloway was doing good. Millette was 1 for 8. But Wrightsell, 7 for 13 at 3. And Ole Miss got 44 points in the second half. So it wasn't like they weren't scoring a lot. 44 points in any half, that's a lot of points. It's just both teams' defenses, honestly, just kind of like they weren't there, but the offense on Bama was just insane.
Yeah,
61 points in a half.
yeah,
I mean, that's insane.
that's the Bama standard, baby.
Oh, and so I mean that game was nuts. I mean, look, Bama got if they get 90, I feel like they win. They just have to get to 90. 90 or up, they're probably gonna win it.
There's a point that they got to get. There's a threshhold you've got to hit. When you hit that Bama threshold, it's a W.
That's funny. But I do like, I mean, look, with all the Bediako drama, they came in this game and the bench did really well. They put their guys in, they did what they needed to do. I think this team is like they're gonna figure things out. They're gonna be okay. They're a fun team to watch, but it's like you said, like there's the upper echelon right now of the SEC basketball. Then like there's the next tier and the next tier. I think Alabama's just like they're with that Tennessee part, like they're right there, you know. And then after that, there's a big gap. There's a big gap.
Look, going back to Alabama, if you know who you are, if you know what your identity is at the end of the day, the external noise doesn't matter. And so I love the way that they compartmentalize the whole Bediako thing. It was great to see.
Yeah, stuff happens. People do stuff. I mean, look, we needed to go away with the win. Stuff like you know what I mean.
Yep.
Right decision happened there. People need to chill out. Like I keep seeing coaches and say, look, guys, it happened. They're not taking the wins away. It's not going to happen. Now, will the committee, like when it comes down to like marginal, will that potentially play a factor? I think it will, but they're not taking the wins away. It's not going to happen.
So sorry, Auburn fans, it's not going to happen.
Now let's talk about our Saturday slate of games. Like I said, it's Valentine's Day for most of you guys out there. It's Valentine's for all of us too, but it's also SEC college basketball, guys. We have so many good games this Saturday slate. First off, we have Vandy and A&M. Look, A&M, man, just not been doing A&M things. Okay, they're just not doing A&M things. Vandy's also a similar boat to them, but I like Vandy a little more. They're getting good wins. Give me Vandy over A&M.
I'll be honest. You say A&M things. I don't really know what A&M things are, to be honest. I think we're starting to learn about them more down the stretch. I know what Vandy things are, and it's consistency in winning. So that's what I'm going to take is Vanderbilt.
There we go. Next one, we have Florida and Kentucky. This one is in Florida. Give me Florida to beat Kentucky. Right now, Florida is hot. Kentucky is as well, but I do think Florida is the hotter team out of the two.
That's a phenomenal game right there.
I think it's going to be good.
I'm with you. I'm going to go with the Gators. I just have a hard time picking against them right now.
I think that's probably going to be the Saturday game out of the SEC, I think, this weekend. I think it probably will be.
Oh, absolutely it is. Hands down.
And hopefully, look, I hope it's a classic. I hope it's one of the best ones. They do play again later this season, so I'm excited for that one. Next one, we have Oklahoma and Georgia. Hey, guys, with how Georgia's just been looking, yeah, they beat LSU, but that's LSU. Give me Oklahoma. I think Oklahoma is the better team out of these two teams, and I think Oklahoma's going to beat Georgia.
I'm with you. I think Oklahoma's a better team out of these two as well. I thought of that before the show, and yeah, I'm going to roll with the Sooners in this game as well.
Well, Oklahoma's they're weird because like they have the talent. They're a good team. They get so close some games. I don't think that's going to happen this one. I think they get a good win. Tennessee, LSU. LSU's just not. They don't even have a pulse. Tennessee's a way better, just in a different field right now compared to LSU. Tennessee's beating LSU.
Yeah, I don't even have to think about that much. I'm going with the Vols.
Yeah. This one's fun. We got the Egg Bowl of basketball, Ole Miss and Mississippi State. This one is in Oxford, Mississippi. Give me Ole Miss to be Mississippi State. I could eat my words here because you got Hubbard over there on Mississippi State, but I'm gonna take Ole Miss.
I'm gonna go with Hail State here. I'm gonna go with Mississippi State. I think they go to Oxford and get the win.
There we go. Okay. I hope that one's a fun one. Regardless how the teams are looking right now, I just want to see, you got the rivalry, in-state rivalry game. Hopefully it's a fun one. Next one, we got Arkansas and Auburn. This one, I think we're both probably agree with this one. Arkansas is just looking hot right now. Look what they just did to LSU. I think Auburn's kind of just, I don't like what I'm seeing with them every game. They're not consistent. They're just not a consistent team. Arkansas is a consistent team. Give me Arkansas to beat Auburn.
Yeah, I like Arkansas to win this game. I think that last loss leaves a sour taste in their mouth. I think they get their
Yeah,
revenge.
there we go. Next one here, Bama and South Carolina. Guys, we don't. You feel for South Carolina, but also at the same time, you're not beating Bama. You're just not beating Alabama. Give me Alabama to beat South Carolina. Not even a thought. There's not even, they don't even have to question this game. You know what I mean?
I feel bad after I posted the South Carolina collapse against A&M the other day on my social page on the Air Network, and well, there's going to be more disappointment for South Carolina as I'm taking Alabama in this game.
Now this one, Texas and Mizzou. I'm actually going to this game. I don't know. I've been picking against Mizzou for Mizzou a lot. Oh man, Mizzou's good at home. I originally put Texas to beat Mizzou. Give me Missouri to beat Texas. I'm switching it. Mizzou to beat Texas is a Valentine's Day game. It's a home game. Give me Mizzou to beat Texas.
I think the Longhorns are going to break hearts on Valentine's Day in Como. I'm going with the Longhorns.
There we go. Look, I've switched them a few times. Sometimes I get lucky. Sometimes I don't. Brian got me to switch it earlier this week, so you never know. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't. But we'll see what happens here. Let us know, guys. What do you think of our picks for this Saturday slate of games, and what did you think of the midweek games that we did get to watch? And also, guys, make sure you download the Underdog app right now. Go and download it. Stop what you're doing. Get the app and use promo code SECU to score $75 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code SECU, guys. Underdog makes picks win money. Must be 18 years or older. 19 and up in Alabama, New England, 19 and up in Colorado. For some games, 21 and up in Arizona, Massachusetts, and Virginia, and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com. Web play and get terms _DFS_.html. For details, offer not valid in Maryland, Michigan, New Jersey, New York, Ohio, and Pennsylvania. Concerned with your play, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org. New York, call the 24/7 Hope line at 1-877-H8 Hope New York or text Hope New York 467-369. Brian, thank you for coming on here as you do every single week, multiple times a week with me. This is always a pleasure. I enjoy talking to you about all this stuff. Guys, make sure you go follow my boy Brian at the Aaron Network, also at his as well. And make sure you follow me, Alex Dauterive, on my social medias. We can't wait to talk to you guys this next week. Hope you guys all have a good Valentine's Day, and we'll see you guys next week.
Spread
Peace
love,
out,
baby.
guys.